Hi, what's up, Chalkers? Welcome to the Let's Chalk About It podcast. If you're new to fitness or just want to hang with some like-minded fitness folk, then this is the place for you. Remember, it's always good to chalk about it.
Oh, God.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It. I am Kieran Innocent. I am joined by the ever knowledgeable, I still need to think of a better name than that, Christopher McKenzie. And I'm joined by the one-man traffic jam that is Scott Carson. And we are here for another episode. Happy days, happy days.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Is this number 10?
Number 10.
Oh, God.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. It's going to go through the microphone. Yeah. Apologies for everyone listening at home.
Everyone with headphones is now deaf.
And on the 10th episode, I lost my eardrums.
They're all like, fucking finally.
They're stopping at 10, aren't they? Please.
I was going to say, we might get demonetized on YouTube for that, but we haven't got followers.
We haven't got any money.
Talking of
Nice
which,
setup, yeah.
Talking of which, that's a very good little segue you did there, mate. He did it without even realising what he's done. He's looking so confused.
What did I do?
So we now have a Patreon page. So if anyone does want to help take this podcast to the next level and enjoys what we're doing and wants to be involved with it, then you can go over to patreon.com/Let's Talk About It podcast, and you can subscribe there, and you will get lots of little neat things that not everybody else gets. So go check that out.
Yeah, it's basically our OnlyFans, isn't it?
Yeah, only we're going to have more clothes on. Or maybe not.
We'll see.
Subscribe and find out.
See how this turns out.
Is it donation or subscription?
It's a subscription.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's a hard sell.
It is a very hard sell, except at the moment.
Donate, but subscribe if you want.
Tell you what, if you subscribe, I'll leave my clothes on. How about that?
Oh, if you want to donate, then you can buy merchandise, obviously. You don't have to subscribe to anything. We still got our website, www.letschalkaboutit.co.uk. We got hats, t-shirts, bags, coffee cups, water bottles.
Yeah.
We're going along the route of coffee because everyone's cleaning up.
Yeah, and everyone loves coffee, so sports and coffee go hand in hand.
Yeah. Cheers to your 8 p.m. caffeine hit.
Yeah, well, not Chris's. He's just going to look at it. Just pretend he's drinking it.
I'll have some if you want.
No, you don't have to drink it.
Chris, don't do it. That one sip's going to turn you into John North.
It's like Jekyll and Hyde.
I'm drunk off coffee, Don. John, that's
God.
Donnie Sankel.
Right. So we had quite a lot of questions last week, so we didn't take any more questions this week.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to continue with the questions we had last week so we can get them off the table, and then we will start again with some more next week.
Yeah,
so,
we've got one extra this week just because someone
Happy
asked
days.
me about it. I was like,
Yeah, okay.
That's
We can
kind
do
of
that.
cool question because...
more the merrier.
We'll get to it then.
we'll leave them to the end because, it's not fair for them to jump the queue.
No fan entitlement here.
No, exactly not. It's complete opposite. So what kind of foods do you eat when training? Do you meal plan? And do you have cheat days? That's
That's a lot all in one.
That's a multi-layered question.
Let's break it down. Let's do the
What kind of foods do you eat?
What kind of foods do you
So
eat?
Chris is bread, red meat,
Bread.
chicken thighs in pitters,
Bread.
potatoes,
Bread.
Chicken wings.
mince and tatties,
Bread.
chicken wings.
Bread.
It's
And
not
then
that,
a
it's not that
stein.
bad. It's not that bad, everyone.
Bread.
Thanks.
You ever been to Oktoberfest? That's Chris's diet.
but worse.
Yeah,
I think I would say I just eat the normal sort of staple meals that everyone sort of experiments with. I suppose that's what I eat. So like, I really love Italian food. So like Italian meals, your pasta meals with whatever meat you want to put in there, chicken, and usually minced beef as well. There's loads of different combinations, different sauces you can make. You can have pastas, all the different types, and then plenty of the nice breads as well.
yeah.
So Italian food, and then just the staple meals as well. So like mince and potatoes, really, really good with the right vegetables in there as well. Steak, potatoes, sort of simple meals like that. And I do really love, when I'm having chicken, I do love to have like half chicken or like chicken thighs. I'd like to get a bit more
Yeah,
fat
the
in
dark
there.
meat.
Fat in there, yeah, not always just like chicken breast, even though chicken breast is nice however you do it. So
Yeah.
how about it? So I suppose just normal meals. I don't eat anything particularly special, to be honest,
Kieran's is just shakes and fajitas.
at the same time.
Yeah. I put the shake in the fajita, give it a shake,
Yeah.
eat it down. No, for me, you're probably right. I don't have. I'm not massively varied in my diet. Weetabix or some form of Weetabix, porridge. Sort of. I was talking to you about this the other day, actually. So pre-workout for me is always. I always like have a bowl of porridge and a protein shake.
Yeah.
Lunch will be usually egg based, so scrambled egg or fried egg or a slice of toast, and then dinner will be wraps or gnocchi or just whatever I'm missing in the day that I need to put in there. I'll put in there. So mine's kind of boring, I suppose, but it's easy for me. It's easy to just get through the week. I find it harder when I'm not training. They're the days I find it much harder to stay to it, because you've got such a routine when you're training, then you know what time you're training at, so you know when your pre-workout meal is going to go in, when your post-workout meal is going to go in.
Yeah.
And when you don't train, that kind of just all goes out the window, and then, you start doing something else, you forget, and then you're like, oh, I should have had the protein shake at this time, and I haven't done it. And
when you train, you're thinking, right, what do I need to get in, rather than, oh, I can't eat right now because I'm not eating for the sake of it.
I try and manipulate it a little bit. So I will, if I'm not training, so I didn't train yesterday, I won't have porridge, for example, because I don't need the extra energy, so I'm fine with not having that. But other than that, it's pretty boring. Coffee, no other real drinks, just water.
Yeah.
I think one thing I have quite a lot of, and I've tried to put in for probably the last 7-8 years, would be more pickled veg and pickled red cabbage, just try and get more sodium.
Yeah.
They are really tasty, but they're a great place to start to think about things to add into your diet for hydration. So you get a lot of minerals, especially sodium, in pickled. Yeah. So pickles in general, but pickled red cabbage as well. Add those to your diet where you can.
Pickled red cabbage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pickled beetroot, that sort of thing is really going to be great for recovery and
most things
hydration.
Pickled, really.
Make pico de gallo, chopped onions, tomatoes, lemon juice, coriander and stuff like that.
That's really nice. Yeah, we'll always make that.
Use
avocado.
Salt. Yeah,
make
avocado.
A bit of wax.
I always put kiwi in my salsa as well, just to add an extra potassium. It's just Yeah.
So what was the next sort of layer to that question? So
oh gosh, the next layer.
Do you meal prep?
Do you meal plan?
Meal plan or meal prep?
It says meal plan. I don't, because it gives me anxiety, and I look into details too much, and I end up hating myself if I fuck up, and then I'll go in a pit of self-loathing and binge eat. So I don't do it. Right. I just concentrate on eating at the minute anyway, where I'm trying to drop some pounds.
Which, by the way, you're doing very well at. You're definitely every time your training's gone through the roof though.
Training's going.
Pressing's going.
It's feeling pretty
unbelievable.
Yeah, not today.
Yeah, well, can't
have
good days every day.
Tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I got in what I wanted to get in, so that's fine. But I don't meal plan because I don't think it's good for everyone. Some people can overthink it, and it doesn't help towards their goals. It's just another thing to stress about.
I know what my macros are going to be. Pretty close each day. So I'm sort of sometimes I track, sometimes I just kind of eyeball a meal. I know what a large chicken breast is going to be. I know what 150 or 200 grams of rice is going to be. So, well, maybe not 200 grams of rice, but maybe 100 grams of rice.
200 grams of raw rice.
Yeah, I know what that's going to be.
cups.
So I can sort of eyeball a lot of meals to know what macros it's going to give me.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily have to plan as much now. I can sort of just know I usually eat these types of portions with these types of meals, so it's going to be perfect for my goal.
Yeah.
In terms of meal prepping, probably the night before, I'll get some bits together for the next day, but I don't do 3 or 4 days prep in advance. It's just whatever I want to eat the next day, right, okay, what I fancy tomorrow, I'll make it. Nothing too stressful. I don't do the big prepping.
Yeah.
You've got a Mel, though, haven't you?
Which I've got a Mel, which most people don't.
Yeah.
And her cooking is just
phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
I can't say it's phenomenal because I've never tried it, but it looks phenomenal. So at least I can say that.
Yeah.
At least have you around, mate, when the craziness.
Yeah, when that COVID fucks off.
When the zombies go.
Yeah. And then cheat days. Yeah, occasionally.
That's all right. I won't answer that question, Scott. We'll just jump over that one.
Oh, have you not answered it? My bad, mate. Sorry.
This is like being in the gym. This is just
apologies.
Unwrapping.
Well, we've said all the relevant parts. So next.
I don't feel like I can answer it now. I feel like
anything you say,
we'll just gloss over it. Right, cheat deals. Let's just go on to that one.
No, you don't meal plan though, do you?
No, not really. No, not really.
You just stay consistent pretty much each day.
Yeah, I kind of know what I need to eat in a day. If I change it up, I will probably weigh my meals for a little while just till I can get an idea of what it is I'll be having in. But most of the time, I kind of know what I'm going to have, and I'll do it. I mean, I'm going to be getting into. Now we're going into winter, and the slow cooker can come back out again. It's probably going to be a lot more preppy because I'll be able to do, a good 5 days worth of food in one go. So
you can do slow fajitas. Fajitas, but very slowly.
Yeah. Just like a spicy shredded chicken
Mate,
stew.
if you've seen me around fajitas, there's no such thing as slow fajitas. I'm eating it before it's even gone in the fajita. It's just like, this just go. Just get
what he does is he holds a tortilla to his face and then flicks.
Just
flicks the filling.
Puts the chicken through the fajita, just folds around into his mouth.
Like, have you seen how some people eat pancakes?
Yes.
Pancake.
And they push it in.
Just fork it in.
But mine's a whole fajita.
Yeah, a whole like 12-inch fajita.
Scooby-Doo style.
And then, cheat days.
Yes. I don't really count them as cheat days, though.
No.
Not really. Like, it's...
If you like flexible dieting.
I just think cheat days have a bit of a bad rap, don't they? Like...
Yeah.
I think if you're a bodybuilder and you're sticking to something really religiously every single day, I kind of get a cheat meal. But I think for the average person, you should just be allowing yourself to have certain things you enjoy.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be counted as a cheat meal. That should just be counted as a normal diet.
Yeah.
Fit it into your macros, and that doesn't mean we have to explain this to people because they will not understand. So we'll let it fit your macros, but it doesn't mean have a bag of Haribo or a pizza and all the extra bits and all the silly amount of, like, say 2 litres of full sugar soft drink. It's like, have your cheat meal, but like fit it into your macros for the night, enjoy it. Don't have any like weird guilt, because that's just there's too much of that in the world anyway, let alone when you're trying to enjoy food and love that with your girlfriend, boyfriend, and your family and whatever.
Yeah.
So just enjoy the food and fit it into your goals somehow.
And what's the point of living your life if you can't enjoy a good meal every so often?
Yeah. I mean, I've struggled with that for a long time, and I've only recently, like the last 2 weeks, I've kind of found 2 meals a week. So usually it'll be like a breakfast meal and then like a dinner meal. I'll have like, not cheap, but just what I want. So I'll have one meal that's a pizza, and the breakfast I'll have like hash browns and I don't know, like, good breakfast, the sort of stuff you kind of want. And that's kind of, the last 2 weeks has helped me a lot just to keep not strict, but feel good about everything else.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like, I'm not trying to be strict. I've just got myself into a habit. So I think the habits work for me. So then I know that I would say 90% of the time I'm being pretty good. So if I want to have, the odd tub of ice cream or the odd, I'm not going to have it. I'm not trying to get myself down to 3 or 4% body fat.
No, exactly, yeah.
And I don't think most of the world is trying to get themselves down to 3 or 4% body fat, but I think they're always pushed in the direction of this is how you should look, and these are all these 3 and 4% body fat kind of people. And it's not needed. It's really not needed. I think you can just go out there, you can have, work out hard, work hard, play hard, and that should be the way it is. Like you said, track your macros, have a look at it. If it fits in your macros, eat it. Just crack on.
Not that I'm like a diet expert. I know about it, but I'm not like a nutritionist. Got plenty of scientific background with it, but
I've probably done my 10,000 hours of dieting.
That's true, yeah. And reading.
And
reading
about
it. But I think the top minds that are training hard and they've got good performance goals as well as their physique goals, I've heard a few of them say, don't overstate diet. Go and train hard. Make sure training's your main focus, but just make sure the diet stays simple, stays relative to what you want to achieve.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the way it should be, and I think you should enjoy life and enjoy food. Don't go over the top, but you should definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely.
Portion control. That's the best.
So it just comes if you're having like 100 grams of fat and a ridiculous amount of protein and carbs in one meal because you think like you have to have this big binge meal.
Yeah.
You're probably not on the sort of diet for you, and it's not sustainable. It's not right. So have a nice meal. Yeah. Don't call it a cheat meal. You're not cheating anyone.
Yeah,
it's a stupid old saying.
Yeah, and I think try not to be too afraid of carbohydrates as well, because
or fat or anything.
Everyone's done it. I mean, I done it for such a long time where my diet consisted. I need to get as much protein in as I can in a day. I'm not going to have that much carbs because I want to lose weight and I want to get ripped. And actually, I feel like I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. And pretty much every single meal has a carb in it. Every single meal, not a single carb, obviously, before I get pointed out on that one.
No.
Just has a good amount of carbs. And actually, I have more carbs than I have anything else. And I still think I've lost more fat and I've gained more muscle. So, don't be afraid of them. Don't listen to all the hype of, unless it's a medical reason, don't listen to all the hype of don't touch carbs, don't eat them.
Yep.
I think that's another podcast, isn't it?
It is,
Talk about
definitely.
That is,
yeah.
the fear of carbs.
Let's get this one out the way quickly. Can we please see photos of Scott dressed as a clown?
You can. They will be on the screen now.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's only like 2 existing photos now.
Yeah, and I think one of them's I'm kicking you, aren't I?
Yeah,
Happy days. I'll put that one up.
I've burnt most of them. I had promo photos.
one?
They are gone.
Or this one.
Some of these questions, I swear. Would you rather not be able to work out for a year or have to say daddy the way Scott did when talking about daddy sauce every time you lift a weight?
You lift a weight. Every rep.
Every rep.
And then it says, Scott, do the voice. Ooh, daddy.
I tell you what, 100% we're taking that and we're putting it on one of these little boards here. And every time a good point's made, we can just...
Oh, I absolutely love training today. Oh, daddy.
Oh, daddy. I'm going to go with...
Chris, why aren't you doing your 5s? Why are you doing 20s? No reason, mate.
I really like that saying. I would do Scott's voice every single rep, every day. With that, I'm not missing training, so I'm doing Scott's voice.
When you do the breathing, you could do the first part, and when you do the breathe out, you can do the second part. Daddy.
But it'd be kind of grunting it, so it'd just get worse and worse, wouldn't it?
Whatever noises I was making today,
Car starting.
You had to get your reps in today. You were just like,
yeah. I didn't go full Mick Foley. I wasn't like. Didn't do that.
Like a prospector from Georgia.
I'll tell you what we'll start doing. We'll start doing little points on the screen for the first person who brings up wrestling in the podcast.
Do what?
We'll start putting a little point up on the screen.
You mean stand-up comedian and best-selling author Mick Foley?
Who was what to start with?
I don't know.
No, we need the RKO button, so I just press it when you talk about...
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere!
Oh, man.
That's a fantastic
genius
idea.
ideas going on today.
Yeah.
This is a creative podcast.
Yeah, you don't tell them it's a genius idea. You just go, and then we just bring it in.
No, it's just going to happen now.
This is creative podcasting.
We'll have the little animation meme of like Randy Orton there, and you just have to go straight over.
Just to dive on the floor. Put all the equipment down.
I mean, you will do that. You are Kieran. You'll break stuff. Jesus.
Not sure if that's a big compliment or not.
I was dressed as a Mick Foley chic today. I'm wearing sweatpants. I had my check shirt on. I was like, bang. I've left it in my car, so it's too warm to wear it in your very lovely warm house.
Would you like me to cut one of your ears off and
nice
put
and warm.
2 through your nose?
Thank you. Thank you.
That is what happened to him.
He is a method actor, we found out last time. Yeah. We went and did clown training to be a character of a clown.
Yeah.
Oh, me? Yeah.
Go on then.
I thought you meant Mick Foley. I was like, well, I guess you can call that method acting. Quite killing yourself for entertainment. What do your families / friends / partners think of your goals / workouts? Are they supportive, etc.? Do you dedicate time to fitness around... How do you dedicate time to fitness around busy lives / families?
I don't.
That's a good question.
Fitness comes first. Family comes second.
Wow.
Relationship comes last.
I think you heard that. And those footsteps you hear are Kieran's death about to happen.
Hang on, sorry.
Sophie, what are you doing with that bag?
She comes later.
Oh, Sophie, I didn't know you had an axe.
Hey, that's my axe.
You go first, Kieran, because you need to redeem yourself quickly. Unless that was your answer.
Well, it kind of was my answer. I'm kind of a little bit boring, so I don't have a huge social life.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the people I hang around with are in this room, and we podcast together, we train together, so the socialising element kind of comes from that.
Yeah.
I do go and see family. I train most of the time during the week. If I go and do visiting, I do it at the weekend, so that I've got time. There will be times where I will say, no, I can't do something because I'm training. So, yeah, I was kind of a little bit laughing and joking to start with, but that kind of was my answer, a little bit. Not the relationship part of it, because Sophie does train with me, so we train together.
Yeah.
So we do get to have time together that way. But she's pretty supportive. To be honest with you, I think she just likes the fact that I'm not in her hair, so...
What about when you ask her to film you close-ups of your muscles when you train him?
Oh,
Yeah.
she loves that bit, mate. That's her most favourite part.
Yeah, but you can't see her rolling her eyes.
Oh no,
Right.
I can. I can feel it burning through the back of my head.
You can feel the look.
I can feel the look of, can I stop doing this now? No.
No, I've got
we need
I've got
more
a pop in
B-roll.
my back now. Yeah, we need more B-roll.
No.
We need more B-roll.
No, yeah, she's pretty supportive. She's always supportive of pretty much everything I do. So I think she just likes the fact that she gets to be on her own.
You've got a lot of positive stuff going on. Like, you put your energy into, like, developing your house, doing this stuff. So it's not as if you're not putting your energy in the wrong place. You, like, do lots of good stuff. So no doubt she'll be supportive.
Lots of self-good stuff. That wasn't sound very charity, though, was it? You do a lot of good things for yourself.
Yeah.
I do, thanks.
Charity starts at home, right?
It does, yeah. And that's where it ends with me. How about you guys?
Yeah.
You're kind of lucky on your situation a little bit, sort of Monday to Friday, right?
Yeah. Me and my partner, we do opposite shifts. So I have time to train and kind of, it doesn't really affect our lifestyle too much, but she's very, very supportive of anything I do, really, even if it's something stupid. It's only when I start talking about, like, I want to do a 24-hour marathon or a 24-hour run, she's like, hold your fucking horses, you idiot.
People die doing that.
How about doing
and you
a
are,
mile?
You're a big Scot at the minute.
Yeah.
So she's essentially the little, not the devil on your shoulder, because the devil on your shoulder is the one whispering in your ear going, you need to do it. And she's the one on the other side going, no, you don't.
She
No,
puts it
you
back
don't.
in perspective for me. It
Ross
helps.
Edge-
Grounded.
did it.
She's an anchor. She keeps
Yeah,
you
yeah.
grounded. And
Yeah, it helps me reprioritize again, and yeah. So I don't need to really worry about it or on a busy life. Sometimes I work late and I show up to the gym late. That's about as hard as my life gets, really, when it comes to training.
Yeah.
sometimes it's the battle showing up. That's all it is, isn't it, really? It's not
Yeah.
just... It's not about fitting it around your lifestyle. It's just finding that, even if it's just an hour, just going and doing something. Some days you won't, but
Champions show up.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
that is a good philosophy.
I've got a ton of support. My brother loves lifting. We're always talking about it. It's like 90% of our conversations. Mel's really supportive. She'd never stop me going gym or anything. So I'm just really lucky. I almost don't understand when people are saying, or people have a problem with me working out and spend so much time in the gym. Maybe if they're doing if they could get it done in an hour and they're there for 2 or 3 just talking, then
Okay.
then that. No, I don't think we're that bad. Maybe we do sometimes.
We just need the rest time.
Yeah, we do. We do. And because there's 3 of us, it gets longer, so...
Yeah.
But I got a ton of support, and it's great. I think me and Mel sort of keep to ourselves, really.
Yeah. We
Just
trained
enjoy-
today in a half hour.
Yeah, because we had to.
Yeah.
We absolutely had to.
Normally it wouldn't be, though, would it? It would be about
No.
2 hours.
Yeah.
But that's not 2 hours of working out. That's 2 hours of working out and having a bit of a social at the same time. and
Yeah.
Just having a catch up.
We have a bit of a
right
chat at the end,
hours,
and I squeeze some arm sets in because I
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what about family? Because I think one of the part of the question was what do your family think
Family.
about it?
Well.
Because if I was going to get into that a little bit, I don't really think I think apart from my brother, who's obviously was the sound guy to start with, hopefully he's going to come back. I think Chris has scared him off.
Can you come back, please,
Um,
Mark? Can you come and do the sound?
Can you do a public apology, Chris? And he might come back.
No.
Well, at least just call him his name. Stop calling him the sound guy.
I just called him Mark. I want Mark back on here.
Yeah, apart from him, I don't really think a lot of them understand it. My mum's pretty supportive. She's, as most mums are, is like, oh, don't get hurt. Oh, you're going to get yourself
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah.
doing
Roasting
that.
at glasses.
Yeah, she's not so much. I suppose when I was wrestling, she didn't support it, really.
Oh no.
RKO.
Okay, yeah, I know it, yeah. She didn't support that, really, because she didn't want to see me get hurt.
How could you?
But something for weightlifting, I just think it's kind of, they're just in the gym. So that's kind of their attitude towards it. I don't really think they think much more of it than that.
No, yeah, same. Yeah, I've never really had the support of weightlifting like that.
Yeah,
So-
I think the people who
My dad's
do,
always really supportive of taking me things. Like if I had,
he always has been, isn't he? Even
Yeah.
when we were kids, he was the same.
it's like you
Just
doing a
taking
thing,
everywhere and-
I'll show up, right? So
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah, it's not really a talking point
What
for
about you?
my family.
My dad's been great. I think mum's she asked me about it, but I just never sort of said, "Oh, do you fancy coming to watch?"
Yeah.
So, but dad's been awesome. He's been a sportsman since he's been since he could crawl. So he's anything competitive, he'll come watch. And when he found out I was doing weightlifting, he's come to watch a couple, and then always asked me about my training.
Yeah.
But I think short answer, I'm 31. I don't really speak to them like every day. It's like it's like my mum and dad that are like in my house. Like they just do catch up talks, don't you? When
that's
when
catch
you're
up
older,
once, twice a week. Yeah.
They're always going to be supportive. Yeah, I've got great mum and dad.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. What's your favourite thing about working out?
Oh God, that's a bit open-ended, isn't it?
But yeah,
Just very open.
PRs.
PRs.
Doing something you couldn't do before.
what is that your answer?
That's my answer. Yeah. PRs. When you look at when you pull
think-
a
what do you
weight
think
and you looked at it one day and you're like, that looks insane.
I know.
You pull it or push it, or I'm thinking of a deadlift. But yeah, when you see it,
When you squat, bench, or deadlift it.
Yeah. It's like you look at the weight and you see people doing it, you're like, I don't know how they do that. And then you do it, you're like, sweet.
Or even like you'll step away from it a bit, bench a lot, squat lots, and then you a year later you think, oh, I'm going to add some dumbbell training. All of a sudden you're doing the biggest dumbbells in the gym, and it's like, oh, hang on, I remember that looked way heavy. So just the feeling of getting stronger and progressing is massive. I think for me, just feeling strong, getting stronger, I just absolutely love it.
Hitting those strength standards as well, when you hit a 1 plate overhead, 2 plate bench, 3 plate squat, 4 plate dead. When you hit that and you're like, okay, that's you kind of entered the level of strong.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the entry level. You now can say you're strong.
Yeah.
But you're not like, you're
not
starting
like
to get there
300k doing stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's true. When you can start to see
for a grown man. I'm not saying women have to do that to be classed as strong.
Yeah, true. But seeing the big milestones, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Just hitting those big standards. I remember when my bench was 60 kilo. I'm like, how do people do 100?
Yeah.
And now I don't even think about 100.
Yeah, it's easy for you now.
As a weight, yeah.
Looking hench. That's it.
Your physique goals right now, aren't you?
No.
When you say looking hench, is that like when you look in the mirror, look back at yourself in the camera? When I always think it's putting on a piece of clothing and how that clothing fits you.
That's a good point.
That's the one that gets me the most. When you put it over and you feel it sitting on your traps.
Can I be honest? Since before lockdown to now, there's only a handful of clothes I can still get into. So It's not about the feel of... I'll put them on and I'm like, yeah, I can't wear this. Like when your belly button's out showing because it doesn't go down any further.
It's all my tops. Has anyone seen my benching videos? If I didn't wear a vest, it'd just be gut.
No, I think you
Power belly though.
Probably, yeah, it
Power
is.
belly.
You have to get some actual lifts on the go.
Nuclear.
Nuke belly.
Yeah. So when my bench goes up, it's just like...
That's what the noise is. It's not you making noises. It's the nuke being set off. Yeah. I think you sort of hit it a little bit, is that kind of doing things that other people think can't be done. And I know we're not lifting massive amounts of weights, but compared to the normal person who lives their own everyday life, if you were like, oh yeah, I can pull a 170 deadlift, they're like, sorry, how much? Like, you shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like you're not meant to do something.
Yeah, good idea.
So if you're not meant to do it, then that kind of drives you even more to be like, well, I'm going to do it now.
Like a good one is looking back at your old lifts and then looking at newer lifts. Like I was looking at the other day, you hitting a 150, 160 back in Den's gym. Not even hitting parallel on a squat. Not hitting parallel with knee wraps. We were proud of that video then. And I was looking back, I was like, oh, that's sketchy.
And now I can
you're hitting it for sets.
Yeah. Now it's
deep in the hole. Like, so, yeah. It's
so deep that if you fart and you can't get out of it, you have to bail. I've found this out the hard way. We were talking about this the other day. It was a front squat, got down past some wind, but I then laughed so much that I went that little bit further, and you end up in like a 2-inch hole that you shouldn't be in.
Like your diaphragm's flipped.
And I just was like...
those little things you used to get as a kid, and you go... That's your diaphragm at the bottom. He just stuck down there. Like,
I'm just going to think about the next time I'm squatting, I'll get to the bottom like, I was going to do that thing Scott said. Fall over.
That's exactly what happened. I went down, and then I was like, I'm not getting back up from this. But I was laughing so much, I had no stability anymore anyway, so it just got bailed. It happens. We squat, you fart. It happens.
Yeah.
I stand and fart. Don't need to worry about squatting.
Chris, what about you? What's your favourite thing about training? Other than just doing it.
I thought I said just
looking into Scott's eyes.
The feeling of training is like great because you do get a great feeling from lifting heavy weight. It's like anyone that, if someone wants to do strongman, you love picking up stuff and doing their carries. You get into it. You love all the intricacies, all the nuances. You read about it. You read about the history. So just falling in love with something is the best thing. So like powerlifting, strength training, it's the most fun for me. But in terms of why do you train, though, slightly different question. Not like why do you love it. So why do I train? It's just to get stronger. I just love the idea of pushing myself to limit with strength and just getting stronger all the time. Just keep pushing myself.
Weak things break.
Yeah. Another thing I like outside of
They
it.
do indeed. Yeah.
Louis Simmons.
That should have been my answer, but nice.
Yeah,
good
lovely.
quote.
Yeah. That was a good quote.
Should we just hang on a minute?
Just take a second to...
What's the... I don't
It
know
doesn't
if that's
work
the
if
right
you have to look for the button.
one. Is it that one? Which is the... Oh, no, it might be that one.
Oh, Louis.
You have to do a wave effect over the screen every
I've got
time
his little
now.
face in the corner.
What, and then we reappear, we're all dressed as Louis.
I'm pretty much got death row.
Yeah.
Just to get angry at the world. I guess if we can find a little picture now, I'll just put his face and we'll just get it to slide across the screen.
Reverse hypers.
Acceleration equals change in velocity times time.
I got a girl that can hit 750 for 2. 135 pounds.
If any of you don't know who we're talking about,
check him out. He's
Go and look
such a
him up.
legend, such a great guy. Such a
Louis
beautiful
Simmons,
soul.
We need to do one of coaches, just talk about coaches.
We do, yeah. We'll
Louis,
do that.
yeah, he's epic. It's so
Yeah.
epic.
The other thing I was going to say
He's
is...
forgotten more than I know.
Yes, all of us, yeah. God, he's probably wrote it, but like, I wrote that? Oh, fucking hell, all right.
Did I make money off it? No.
No, Louis. Put it out on the internet for free. You were sending people free VHSs. Like, oh, okay.
Keep hitting my head off this.
So all of our audio listeners, every time you hear that's Chris's head.
Opposed to visual listeners.
Yeah, you get people to listen to it
Yeah,
on
but audio.
just audio.
Yeah,
can
people that
only
listen
be-
to it like on Spotify can't see.
You can only be an audio listener.
Just for our audio
There's only-
listeners. So
there's
people who
only
aren't
listeners.
visually watching it can't see you hitting your head. People are just listening to
For
the
our
audio.
podcast listeners, how's that? Is that better for you?
I'm just taking the mic. I don't care.
Before we move on, the other thing I wanted to bring up with that question is embracing the suck is a great feeling as well, which I love about training triathlon or long swims. Is getting up at that stupid like waking up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Your body hates you and you're shaking.
And your
you
day
go
doesn't
out-
get better.
Yeah, you go out in freezing cold conditions and you just get this. Oh, I fucking love this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing.
It's like when you go and do something, like if you go for like an interview, or if you're going for a really hard training session, you get those moments when you're like, oh, am I about to go and do this? And you think, well, what's your other option? Go back home. You want to get better. You want to go and do this thing, so you've got to go and do it. And that's the step. It's like a little step into the
catch your
unknown.
butterflies. Like you got butterflies in your stomach. Catch them. Embrace
that's
them.
it. That's a great point.
Probably not as much related to lifting because you don't really get that as much with
You
lifting.
sort of do that. Yeah, on the way to a comp though, you're like, I mean, sometimes you think, get me there, this is going to be awesome, and then sometimes I've done a couple
Very
of comps,
good
and
point
you
with a
go,
comp.
oh, I'd rather be anywhere else up here. I'd rather just go do a training session, but you think, oh, hang on, competing's really important, and you go and do it.
Yeah, always think the night before because I always have to cut weight.
Not
I
anymore.
can't wait to weigh in. No, not anymore. Never,
Not
never
for me
again.
anymore.
Okay, we've only got 2 more questions left.
Cool. Are these the last? There's 2 that come in recently.
There's one that's recently came in. The other one was still from last week.
All right, cool.
Sorry, I can't remember who sent these in. There's a mixture of people. So
Hopefully they watch and see it.
if you could, what training advice would you give your younger self?
Oh, perfect.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's really good. Time to think.
Yeah. Gosh.
Couple of things are springing to mind. Don't worry about body weight, and don't say that you're going to be an 83 lifter, or you got to stay at 80k and get lean, or you got to stay at 80k and get really, really strong. Just increase your body weight and get stronger, because that's going to be a massive determinator.
Yeah.
Determinating factor. Yeah, leave that in there. That's funny as hell. I can't speak today. Huge factor in improving your strength. So don't worry about body weight. Gain body weight to get stronger is going to be really important. Don't get stuck in, I'm this height or I'm this size. I'm just going to stay around this weight. So gain body weight is going to be a massive one for me. So just get.
Yeah.
To me personally, not like younger lifters, but to me personally, I would have said get your body weight up quicker. And then I'm struggling for other ones, because I've all just trained for strength. Don't deviate too much from your goal, because I've always just wanted to get stronger, and sometimes you do sort of like add like physique goals, and you think I'm going to do some conditioning for a bit. And I'm like, why are you getting conditioned? You're not going to play a sport. You're not going to do anything different. So just get stronger. Don't worry too much. Just have general physical preparedness and go do conditioning where you need to, but don't do like long stints of it, and don't say, right, I'm going to condition for this amount of time. Just add it in where I should have done.
Yeah. For me it would be don't let other people derail you. Because a lot of the time, I started training later in life. I was 20 when I started lifting.
It's not too late.
No, it's quite late. Other than, we used to train a lot in your back garden with like proper pig iron weights. Like, who knows what they weighed per plate?
Yeah, I haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
We had a really long bar. We cut it down and made 2 dumbbells out of it, and then had the bar as well.
Lay on a concrete bench. So that would be our bench. We just bench press.
It was a garden bench
for hours. Yeah, just a garden bench.
There's like set concrete garden benches.
That's one way to make you feel like Hercules, though.
You used to run around the park with your boxing bag on your shoulder.
Yeah.
So you didn't start. I suppose you started properly when you were in your 20s.
I've always had good conditioning for a big guy, which is, I guess, is good for my heart. I've never had heart issues, so that's always a bonus. But yeah, I used to always go to the gym and I'd be doing stuff and I'd be progressing, it'd be great, and then someone would be like, "Oh, you should do this. Oh, you should," and I'd be, because I didn't know, and I'm like, "Oh, they've been training a while. Maybe I should listen to them. Maybe I should do flies."
Yeah, learn on your own.
I'll never do flies again.
I know.
I just don't need to do them. I hate them. I don't care about what my chest looks like.
Just like bigger with bench.
Yeah.
Benching and pressing.
Yeah, and people just tell me to do stuff that is just not related to my goals, and it's like I'm doing 5-3-1, or I'm doing starting strength, and people throw in things like, "Oh, you should do donkey kicks." I'm like, shut up, man. Like, now I just don't listen to anyone.
Get rid of those irrelevant things that you tried.
It's like you are a PT and you are a professional, you know everything about training, you'll tell me to do something. I'm like, fuck off, Chris.
Yeah.
So you should do your 3x5 at this. I'm like, no. I'm going to do it for tens.
You do the right thing, though.
Yeah, I do the right things, yeah. But yeah, I think that's something it always threw me off, and then I'd go into a spiral and I'd be like, oh, someone told me about this workout, I'm going to do that.
Oh, I was wrong, they were wrong, I'm not training right, and then you just
and then I would start it all again, and I think if I just stayed true to myself and just did what I was supposed to do, I would have made a lot more progress quicker.
Cool.
That's good points.
Basically, fuck everyone.
Okay.
That is true. You'll learn so much more on your own, do your own journey.
Yeah.
You'll always learn more. But I know we always do say on here, go to the right people, but definitely spend time to listen to people.
The right people
but
aren't people that walk
people
up to you at a gym and tell you, oh, you should try this.
That's not the right person.
No, exactly. And you still have to walk your own path, even finding your own people.
Yeah.
So you can get lots of other people that are like, go to this person, they're really good, but you should still do your own research into them. They might not be the right person for you. They might be good at their job, but it might not be still the right person you need to be using.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have the same. They're not you. They're not the same goals.
What would you tell yourself?
How many people?
Yeah, if we had the RKO button, I'm going to have to bring it up because obviously I spent all my time from 14 onwards wrestling. So for me, that's kind of where I was kind of used to train anyway because I used to do a lot of track sports. But the one thing I'd have said to myself when I was younger would be keep your conditioning, don't let it go, because once it's gone, it's very hard to get back to the same level you were at. Without almost killing yourself, and strength train. They'd have been the two things I'd have changed because I just did a lot of, my first PT was someone who worked at LA Fitness and it was like a weekend job for them. So I'm not entirely sure they were that qualified to be telling me what to do, but
possibly,
maybe. But looking back now, there was no advice that they gave me then that I'm following now. So to me, it was it was just you get to the gym to start with and you do what the guy tells you to do because he wrote you a little program and you think it's going to be the best thing ever. But I concentrate too much on hypertrophy training rather than strength training. I think if I'd have done the strength training and kept the conditioning up, the body would have gone with it anyway. So that would have been my thing. Would have been
athletes look the best at like the Olympics, throwers, runners, and they're just doing strength training and they're doing their sport. That's it.
Yeah, I mean the problem with wrestling is it's all very physique driven. It's all the best you look, the better you look, and you follow all the workouts. You go through all the magazines. You look at the people in the magazines, and you look at people like Triple H, who's like almost stage ready kind of body when he was in his prime, and you think, well, I need to be doing that because that's what they do and that's how they get where they are.
Yeah.
It's quite funny because actually I was thinking about this earlier that the wrestling trends almost followed directly with the gym trends as they went along.
I was thinking about this the other day.
Almost exactly. So you kind of had the 80s where it was kind of more of the, the bigger guys, not as lean as they were. Then it kind of went through the 90s. When it was, well, you think about it, like Hogan's, those kind of era, they could have gone straight into a bodybuilding gym and fit straight in.
Wrist wraps when they
look at Hawk and Animal and the Warlock and all that. They're all the stringer vests worked out with their zoots.
Yeah. And
American flag trousers.
You went kind of 90s, early noughties. They were all the bodybuilder kind of style. Yeah. They were all the really lean, low body fat percentage.
Yeah.
And then they've gone to the era now where they've kind of followed more the functional fitness. So they've got
more leaner, more CrossFit.
Yeah, you've got more CrossFit, more smaller guys, and they're more athletic. And
you sort of missed those early 2000s where it was like mass monsters in bodybuilding, and that's sort of what wrestling was. It was like huge dudes like Rock, Batista, Brock Lesnar. They were humongous.
Yeah, sort of 90s, early noughties. They were kind of like they were kind of like the bodybuildery type look.
Yeah.
I mean, John Cena come onto the scene and was just ridiculous, really. When you think about the people who'd been in the past, you had your Batista, who was a big guy, but he wasn't like John Cena. I mean, John Cena just came out and he
Batista
was just
was bigger, wasn't he?
He was bigger, but he wasn't anywhere near as lean as Cena was.
Batista was like a bodybuilder. Cena was never that lean, was he?
Yeah, Cena was a stage.
Very early, but then later he was not really. Batista was just
been.
He always wore tops, though, didn't he? He just always wore tops, but he's always been lean. He's always been
I know John Cena's lean, but I'm saying like Batista had that really thin skin, like bodybuilder look with his back as well.
In the beginning, when he was
had shoulders and back.
When he was it Reverend Batista? Is that what they called him?
Oh God, I can't
when
remember.
He first came into it, he wasn't very lean, and he was a lot smaller than he got because the guy got into incredible shape.
I think Cena just had that all-round bodybuilder style look.
Yeah,
Batista.
They called him the prototype.
Batista was just big. Do you know what I mean? Like he was just a big guy. He was muscular. He had a low body fat percentage. But then
Cena's
you got
Cena's 6'2". I think he's not mass. He's not tall.
Yeah.
And just shredded to the bones.
But yeah, I was kind of thinking about this. And actually, there's so many trends that almost follow what happens in
and
the
before that, you
world.
think before like the Arnie days of weightlifting, it was all the classic strongman. It was the
Iron Sheik kind of look.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I can't think of his name. The guy that invented the jumping jack. Like the guys that were in shape, kind of like Christopher Reeves in Superman. Guys that were strong.
The guy that sort of discovered Arnie.
But pre
Reg Park.
No, I'm not thinking Reg Park.
Oh, aren't you?
I know what you're thinking. You're kind of thinking they were big, strong guys, but they weren't like really defined.
Yeah,
low body fat percentage kind of guys.
No, they were just guys that worked out.
Kind of functionally strong,
very
guys.
natural looking, just strong guys. And then I always kind of related that to Gorilla Monsoon. just like guy, bit of a dad bod, but you could tell they work out.
Yeah.
It
was kind of a weird correlation I made without even. I don't even know how I got into thinking about it, but
no, I was thinking about it the other day because I was just thinking.
Because you got like your Seth Rollins, you got your Finn, you've got all those guys. They're all now following
Cesaro. Cesaro's just insane
kind of style.
As a human being.
He is a genetic freak.
Yeah.
He's got to be the strongest guy I think they've got in WWE at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, Mark Henry says that. Pound for pound, strongest man ever to be in WWE.
Yeah.
I think Kofi Kingston's up there as well, to be honest. Kofi Kingston, he's on the Super Total board for...
Don't say bench press.
No, for John he's got a massive bench
John
press.
Cena's like
John Cena's gym. I think he's got like a 180 bench.
Didn't he? So he started training with some old dude he used to train with, and that was called Hard Knocks Gym.
Hard Knocks,
and then he renamed his own gym the same.
It was he called it Hard Knocks South or something.
Oh,
like
really?
That,
Okay, that's cool. And it's like a box, but like looks like a powerlift gym.
Yeah, it's where all the NXT guys go and train.
They'll go there.
Yeah,
right.
Biggie, he's benched
like exposed,
300 in there.
It's like exposed brick as well, isn't it? It's all very cool.
Yeah, Biggie's got the biggest bench in WWE history.
Have you seen?
Looks like he does.
Sheamus and Cena's workout together? Because do you know who Sheamus is, right?
Yeah, the Irish one.
Yeah,
he does these. He does a thing called Celtic Warrior workouts where he basically goes to different sports people. So he started off with all different wrestlers, but he goes to loads of different people, and that's not just wrestlers. But he basically goes and does their workout. So he follows exactly what they do.
Did he go to a strongman? Like an Oberst.
More than likely.
someone.
More than likely.
I haven't. I
Hasn't he
think
been
he
with
has
one of them?
done
Said he'd
something.
done something like that. But the one where he did with John Cena
Yeah.
was not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah, John Cena's
Not
very
At all.
trains. I love the way he trains. He does Olympic lifts. He does his compounds, and that's it really.
But he does like
He's probably from
And then
the
yoga and
he
like
does like
stretching.
a half an hour on the between row and stretching, and Sheamus was just an absolute mess within the
Yeah.
first 3 minutes
And that guy's
Really?
incredible shape.
because he
as
just
well.
goes hard. Cena does just unbelievably
Cena. I bet he's a unit.
hard.
So where did he grow up then, Cena?
I want to say Florida. I don't know. I'm not a big Cena fan.
No.
I'm not a big wrestling Cena fan.
I think
like
he's,
him.
He's
but
a Midwestern kind of guy.
Right,
I
it's-
think.
you check if you want. It's almost,
Yeah, I'll have a
it's
look.
probably almost irrelevant because no one knows how high school kids train. But in America, there's a lot of the earlier strength training coaches from like the universities, and there was a heavy influence from Olympic lifting. So they would also have, they wouldn't necessarily have thought of power and strength. They would have thought of,
Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
where's that then? Midwest?
I think it's Midwest. Yeah.
I'm not overly sure.
Sorry for any of our American listeners.
Yeah.
Audio listeners. I'm just joking.
American audio listeners.
So, I'm pretty sure. So there's a massive influence of Olympic lifters, and they wouldn't have thought of power, the Olympic lifters, and strength training like your squats, bench, and deadlift. They would have thought of fast and slow. So they had like fast days, slow days. So the high school kids, the college kids, got incredibly good at Olympic lifting,
Boston.
cleans, squat, bench, deadlift. Oh, Boston, Massachusetts. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it's
East Coast.
Oh, east is it? Oh, I don't know.
yeah,
So-
northeast.
So that's why I think he would have trained that way. Get your Olympic lifts in, then you do your slow lifts. So he would have done squats after it, and that's sort of like how Olympic lifters would train. Get your skill done, get your power work done, do your snatch balance, do triples, doubles with snatch or hang snatch,
Yeah.
pull snatches, cleans, all that stuff. Then your jerk work, and then you do your squats or your deadlifts at the end. Well, they don't deadlift enough, but squat,
He does.
deadlifts. I bet he
he's
does.
a big deadlift fan.
Squats afterwards because that was like the slower. It would still build your strength up, but you need your power at the start.
Yeah. Didn't he snatch pull 300?
I don't know. I didn't think he got into Olympic lifting until he was a lot older because I think
he was in his 30s.
he was a
early
bodybuilder.
30s, 'cause
He
he's
was. He has
40
done
now,
comp,
isn't
hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done. He grew up doing bodybuilding.
He did, yeah.
All right, I was wrong then. Because I think he looks so.
No, you're probably right about.
He did
looks-
cleans. He probably did.
All right.
Like
I was gonna say because I thought it looks like because the way I've seen him lift, it looks like he's been doing it his whole life. He looks really, really good at them.
yeah. If you
Yeah.
think how they train footballers, it is squat, bench, dead.
Yeah, well, I can't
overhead
see him being a
press
bodybuilder. He would have
team.
been like
He was a bodybuilder.
weight room.
No, he was.
Yeah, but he was an American football player as well. So he would have trained how the American football players train, which is like cleans, bench.
No, I didn't know he was an American football player.
I didn't know.
Not to any level, but I mean like.
No, like
when he
college
was
or
younger,
I didn't know.
No, I didn't know he was.
I've seen him loads of times when he was in the kit. Pretty
Oh.
sure.
Okay, I don't know.
No,
You're probably right. I mean, look at him.
he looks like. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you put him on an American football team?
Yeah.
He's a big dude and he's pretty quick. So. Right, last question because
Last
we need
question.
to wrap this up. Let's get it done.
Biggest gym pet peeves.
Well, that kind of doesn't really apply anymore.
I thought you said you wanted to wrap it up because that's like can of worms and a half.
Right, where do we start? Doing curls and squat rack.
Oh no, I don't give a fuck about that.
I do if I want to use a squat rack. The fuck out.
Your gym is a squat rack.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about my gym. We're talking
No,
about
yeah.
a normal
Pet
gym.
peeves in the gym.
I hate people.
People absolutely loving themselves and thinking everyone stares at them because I just want to punch them square in the head. When they look and it's like they're staring at themselves, it's like thinking they are Arnie or Ronnie in the gym. It's like stop loving yourself, you freak show.
There's I hate people that
Get in, do the work, get stronger, do what you got to do, and leave. Why have you got to
fuck
stare
out.
at yourself?
because I look good.
You must have
I
known
know.
you were going to get that
I
out.
know
I
that.
hate people that say, "Oh, you should bench with a flat back." Go fuck yourself and learn how to bench. It's the worst thing you could do. That's why you're crippled and you can't pick up a box.
It's not going to be good for your shoulders if you've got a
And
flat
one
chest.
I really hate, and I've always hated it, is guys that stare at women that lift.
I was
that's it,
literally
yeah.
just about to say that.
It
I know
makes
that's one of
me
your pet peeves.
I hate it.
Mirror staring.
Or like guys that like white knights that go and help a girl with reps. And I'm like, you're stealing reps from them. Stop it.
Let them lift like you let everyone else
Yeah,
lift.
I hate it. And it's always the guys that wear gloves. I'm going to throw that out there.
Which is
The
another pet peeve.
weightlifter starter pack.
Yeah. Yeah. They wear a
Along with the
weightlifting
shoes we
belt.
wear. That's the powerlifter starter pack,
That's
isn't
a powerlifter starter pack. Yeah, that is.
They wear a weightlifting belt, just go under the little tummies to do little side laterals, and then they go help a girl who's got great form doing like a 60 kilo bench. And
Who's not asked for help.
They shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
My manliness will save them.
Dum da dum.
Like they're struggling to re-rack it. It's like, leave them alone.
Like struggling to spot them because it's so.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever seen bros do curls or laterals, but they do that little dip when they do it? That flipping gets on my
It's
nerve.
not even a cheat code.
So instead of like a lateral raise, they're lateral raise with like 5k in each hand, and they go.
And do a little dip, yeah. I
It's
hate
like
that.
I'm going to run them over when my car.
A lateral jerk.
Lateral little jump with a little dance.
Like, I'm going to start split jerking them. That's how I'm going to
Or
start
little
doing
curls.
them.
They go.
Yeah.
Get a flipping life, freak.
Jerk curl.
Oh, I'm getting angry now.
Yeah.
Oh, what a way to end the podcast. Well,
'cause
thanks for
they're
whoever that
jerks.
was.
I'm getting really wound up.
Also, people that train calves, get over yourself.
Don't put
All right,
weights back.
some of us need to, all right?
It's just genetics, just don't train them.
It's true. Get to 20 stone, that's how you get big calves.
Yeah, get to 20 stone and walk uphill.
I don't know otherwise. Silly movements, I don't know what else annoys me.
You only got big calves from carrying my ass for 10 years.
I don't weigh 20 stone and I've got pretty big calves.
Kieran's got big traps from carrying us through this podcast.
People not putting their weights back, that fucking irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Especially when they...
That's a bit strong, wasn't it?
No, when they take it away from where... Like, so the rack's in front of them.
Yeah.
They take them off, they sit back down, so it's like a foot away from where they are, and then they drop them on the floor, and then they get off and they go and do another exercise. And I'm like...
That's why we don't go to gyms.
Really?
We don't go to
Like,
gyms.
or when people superset every fucking weight that's there.
Oh,
And you're
yeah,
trying, and they've got them all lateral,
Yeah.
and are you using them? Yeah, I'm just about to do a set with them.
Make sure you watch.
Don't run a rack if there's people in the gym. That's what you do in an empty gym. It's
Yeah.
fun to do. Everyone wants to do it. But I'd never do it unless there was only one other person in the gym and they're nowhere near where I am at. Because we'd run a rack, when we went training shed, we'd run the rack on even laying tricep extensions or
Yeah,
benching.
try and
We'll
do-
drop
try
it
and
right
build the
down.
weights.
Don't do it with people there.
Yeah, you don't. If it's a full gym, at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and everyone's there, don't be like, yeah, I'm supersetting with 8 different fucking weight
Yeah.
dumbbells. Don't
Great
do
thing
that.
to do is it's usually guys, the same ones that spot women on bench, will leave their weight on the bar and walk off. If they're doing squats, they'll usually leave 100 kilo on there.
Well, they got to 80k one
Yeah.
week. Ooh.
And they're not going to put it back. So I'll go up and I'll just like snatch jerk it.
Or
Just like
People
ruin their
who-
manlyhood a little.
don't have any idea of personal space. So you're in there and you're doing you're doing some side lateral raises. So you need a bit of space next to you.
Yeah.
And then they
yeah,
come and stand right next to you and just start doing curls, and then there's nothing else around.
yeah.
It's like, really, you could.
Why would they
just
stand so
over
close
there.
to you?
Oh, there was one guy. I don't know what his name is, and I can't say his name because I don't know it. But he used to work out at Lodge Park, and he would do it to everybody.
Yeah.
He would just go out and then just go and stand next to someone and just get a bar and start curling them. And it's like, really? Like, where's his
just
squatting
start
and you're like
hitting them
right
with
next to us?
I'm right here.
Just fuck off.
I'm quite, as you know, I'm violent with my weights. I'll throw the weight on the motherfucker. I don't
And he
give a
stank
shit.
as well.
I'll just, if I had a squat on my back, I'd just fucking give him a little nudge before I go down.
Accidentally fall over on
Yeah.
purpose. Ah!
Or my side laterals, I'll just try and tap his little bicep curl bar so it tears his lats.
Yeah, but Scott, you haven't even got any weight in your hand.
Tears his glove.
Oh, that's my new glove.
Maxi
Mum,
muscle
can you
glove.
take me to JJB?
Not a JJB.
It's closed. It's closed, son. Closed in 2003.
I want to go JJB.
Oh, I was about to say Sports Direct, aren't they? The weightlifting starter kit.
Can we just agree right now that Velcro belts are like Velcro wallets? Meaning they're both awesome.
They're for 9-year-olds.
I love it.
Vallejo, that's what they're called, aren't they?
Yeah.
Vallejo.
No, you know what? Those belts are fantastic. I tried one once and it was just
If your name's
amazing.
Flex Wheeler from 1998, you've got one of those on.
Okay. I have a bench belt which is Velcro, which I love, but I never use it because
Cute.
I'm a bit tunky, a bit puddiny.
Svelte.
Yeah,
Svelte.
I'm a pudding and a
That on
cheese
there as
board.
well, don't we?
Oh, yeah. You're a full course kind of guy.
Yeah.
Well, on that happy note,
Yeah.
that is the end of the podcast. We have no more questions this week. So thank you very much for...
So send them in. We're desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will need more questions next week. We currently have a giveaway on Instagram, so go and check that out. So lots of nice...
Which one is it?
The Sweeties. Sweetie giveaway.
Sweets.
So it's protein sweets, but they're still sweets. So go and give that a... Oh, look, he's breaking one out. He's going to eat it at the end of the podcast.
Bit of ASMR right there.
So, just rust it into the microphone.
How is it? Is that the M&M one? Yeah, great.
Have a bite.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Very good.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in. As Chris is going to rustle over the end of the
Turn the
podcast. I need to, don't I? This is the end of every podcast. Chris, where can they find you?
Mackenzie.strength.
Mackenzie. That's the first time he's been quiet. At the end.
No, it's not.
But just before we end as well, like we are thinking of chucking out some more t-shirts. So if anyone has any sort of designs or anything that they're interested in,
Yeah.
we're up for hearing it.
Cool. Yeah, so if you've got any ideas... Oh, by the way, we do now have an email address that you can get straight to, which is info@letstalkaboutit.co.uk. So if you want to send us a message in, you can. If you've got any ideas for t-shirts, you've got any questions you want to fire over to us, send it over to info@letstalkaboutit.co.uk. You can also go onto our website and find all of our merchandise and all of the old podcasts. That's at letstalkaboutit.co.uk as well. And you can find Chris at mackenzie.strength. Where can we find you, Scott?
Scott speaking.
You can find me at Let's Talk About It on Instagram. That was really bad. Let's Talk About It on Instagram.
Say it right.
Yeah. You can interrupt now. I'm fine with that. You can carry on. Thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you again soon.